Okay, guys, so I'm here with another top 5 list. Now, I know I said I would not do this again. However, I did say I would stop doing top 10 lists, but I never said anything about a top 5 list. Not only that, but these characters. Originally, my first top 5 guest character list was supposed to be 10, but I felt like I was obligated to go with like the more common decisions, like with Pennywise, Michael, Spawn, Ash. But yeah, and I still want those guys in the game. Do not get the wrong idea. I still want to see them in the game, but I figured, why not throw out some ideas that I feel like people may not have even come up with. Well, maybe some people, but I don't think that many. So in this list, this will be another top 5 guest characters I want to see in Mortal Kombat 11. So again, guys, I swear to you, this time for real, this will be my last top whatever list regarding this game. All right, I promise I will not do this again, unless something does pop up later on. But for now, this will be my last one, I swear. All right, but yeah, so let's get on to this list. All right, guys. So, and I only have one honorable mention. You'll see right now. So number 5, Snake. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why do I want Snake in this game? Well, I figured, why not? Now, the only little bit of proof of this guy actually showing up is recently there was Ed Boon did take a picture with Hideo Kojima, and I kind of got people talking like maybe he was going to show up in Injustice, which he didn't. So, but I figured, why not in Mortal Kombat? Now, obviously, he's not as violent as like these Mortal Kombat guys, but if you played the franchise, you'll know that it does have some violent moments, mostly like Guns of the Patriots, or hell, even Metal Gear Rising. Those were violent. But nevertheless, though, I think Snake would be cool to have in the game, and his variations. I mean, think about it. It could be one could be where he uses guns. One could be where he uses CQC, if you know what that is. That's his fighting style. And one could be where he uses I don't know, or yeah, he could use his knife. He does have a stud knife. He could use that. I don't know, but I think I have a genuine idea of how his variations could work. And I don't know, he would be really cool to have in the game. I think Snake would be one of the better guest characters in this game. And again, his dialogue I think could be pretty damn good again with the more common characters. And yeah, all in all, I just really feel like he would be a really cool character to have in the game. So I really do want Snake in Mortal Kombat 11. His chances I don't think are great, but I don't think they're like terrible either. So yeah, those are my brief thoughts on Snake. I think, again, variations, his fatalities, yeah, that's kind of hard to tell. But again, it's NetherRealm. I'm pretty sure they can make it work. So Snake, I think, would be really cool in Mortal Kombat 11. But again, we'll see. Number 4 on my list is Raiden. Now, Snake is not the only guest character from Metal Gear that I wanted in this game. Now, Snake is not, like I said, he's not really that violent, but Raiden is violent as hell. Especially if you play Metal Gear Rising, you'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's pretty damn easy for like this guy's gameplay. I mean, one could be where he uses his the Murasama blade, if you know what I'm talking about. He could use guns, and he could just use his fists, rely on his fists. And his fatalities could be extremely gruesome. Like, one of them could be similar to Kenshi's in Mortal Kombat X, where he had like the sword spinning around, and then like the guy was like going towards it, and they just got cut into little pieces. Well, he can do that too, because he's got I forgot what it's called. He has that one ability where he can like he can make time go extremely slow. So I really do believe that for his fatality, one could be where he slows down time and then just slices and dices his opponent to millions and millions of just little pieces. So his fatalities could be extremely gruesome, and again, his dialogue I think could be really interesting. Again, these two guys I don't think have good chances, but again, for the sake of this video, I just would like to see them in the game. So I think they could be great. I really do believe that these guys could work perfect in Mortal Kombat. And also, too, yeah, I mean, there's not really much else I can say about them other than, yeah, again, I think they would be great in the game. Again, they don't really have a big chance. But again, I still would like to see them in the game regardless. I think they would be really cool to play as. Dialogue, fatalities, and whatever else they're going to bring back, I think would be pretty damn top-notch. So yeah, those are my thoughts on these two guys. Again, I don't think they have a big chance, but again, for the sake of the video, I'd like to see them come back. So Raiden, I think, would be great to have. Number 3 on my list is Dante. Now, this one is a little bit more tricky or complicated, because Now, you guys already know I love the Devil May Cry franchise. I played almost every single game, not all of them, but most of them. However, the only thing that's holding back Dante is that again, he is a Capcom character, and I really find it hard to believe that they would actually, they would make a deal with NetherRealm and let them use one of their characters. Now then, but then it'll lead to people saying, "Oh well, that's why, because it's not like they're asking for Ryu or anything like that. So that's why I go on to Dante because it makes a lot more sense. That's true, but I still find it hard to believe that again Capcom would allow this. I mean, it would surprise me if they do allow them, but I highly doubt it though. But that's not to say that I don't want him in the game. Obviously, I mean, why else would I have him on my list? Um, I mean, if they wanted to, they could just go balls out on Dante. I mean, they could give him pretty much anything. Like they could give him his normal sword, his electric sword, his the Sparta sword. They could give him his silver gauntlets, his fire gauntlets, his electric guitar, his guns, ebony and ivory, or his shotgun, or his water gun, or his nail gun, or his grenade launcher. The possibilities are literally endless for Dante, and his fatalities. I mean, again, it's like if they wanted to, they could just do whatever they want with Dante. I mean, his fatalities and dialogue, I think, could be top notch, and I really do believe that if they were to add him in the game, I really do hope that if they were to, they would just go with his original design. Because me personally, I was not the biggest fan of his new design for the reboot. It looked really retarded. I'm sorry, it just didn't look good. I mean, he went from having a cool red trench coat, his cool white hair, and then he goes from like a normal white tank top and short black hair. It didn't look right. But again, it's just my thoughts though, so please do not lose your mind. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on Dante coming to Mortal Kombat. Again, like the previous two guys, I don't think his chances are really that good. But again, I think he would be perfect for this game. And again, his variations, I mean, come on. He could use guns, he could use swords, he could use his fists. Again, the possibilities are literally endless for Dante. So I think he would be cool to have in the game. I really do believe he would be a standout character. His gameplay could really stand out. His fatalities could be extremely just some of the best and whatnot. And all in all, Dante would be really cool to have in the game. So those are my thoughts on Dante. I think he would be really cool to have in Mortal Kombat. Again, I find it hard to believe it because, again, he is a Capcom character. But again, I think he would be cool to have in Mortal Kombat. So those are my thoughts on Dante possibly showing up. Number 2 on my list is Rorschach. Now, I really do feel like, for people who want him in Injustice, I'm grateful that he didn't show up because, yes, even though Watchmen are technically owned by DC, I guess they're in a different world. I don't even know. I could barely keep up. But even NetherRealm wouldn't do that. Even they wouldn't add a DC character to a DC game like this because if you read the novel or the comics, you'll know that the Watchmen series is pretty damn dark and pretty damn violent. I mean, if you watch the movie, you'll know it was extremely violent as hell. So I figured, it's only fair too because we got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden in Injustice. So why not bring in at least one DC character in Mortal Kombat? It's hard to believe if they'll actually go with it, but I can definitely see it happening. I could definitely see them bringing these guys in. And again, it only makes sense, it legitimately only makes logical sense. So, and again, his gameplay could be great. He could use I mean, he's not the best martial artist, I don't think, but he's definitely a good, I guess you could say, like, brawler. I guess he's a good brawler or street fighter. I don't know. I mean, he's got his grappling hook, he could use that, and he could, again, like, it's kind of hard to tell with his gameplay, but I think it could definitely work. I definitely believe it could work out pretty damn great. And all in all, it would just be really cool he would be cool to have in the game. I could see his gameplay being really cool and really unique, and his fatalities could be kind of unique as well. And I mean, come on, his reactions not reactions, his interactions with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I think would be extremely sick. So why not bring Rorschach back into Mortal Kombat? I mean, not back. Why not bring him in Mortal Kombat? And again, like, both him and Spawn, those were two of the guys that were really requested for Mortal Kombat, for Injustice. But I think they both fit perfect in Mortal Kombat because, again, they're violent, They could have all these fatalities. You know, pretty much have a lot more of like what's that word? They have a lot more freedom, I guess. You know, to do whatever they want. Hopefully you catch my drift here. But yeah, so I think Rorschach would be really awesome to have in this game. So, and again, he's badass. I mean, he's just all in all badass. So I really want to see Rorschach. Yes, I know people might prefer the comedian. He would be good. He would be good too, but I prefer Rorschach. So hopefully we can. Honestly, I think he has a big chance. Like out of all these characters, I think he has a pretty big chance of coming to Mortal Kombat. So we'll see if Rorschach shows up. Those are my thoughts on him coming to Mortal Kombat 11. Alright guys, so now I'm going to throw out an honorable mention. Now this character literally has no chance at all. But again, for the sake of this video, I think he would be cool to have. And that is Deadpool. Now the only reason why he is not going to come into this game is because of the simple fact that he is a Marvel character. The possibilities of them throwing out a Marvel character is very unlikely. I don't see it happening. I would love to see it happen, but again, the possibilities are literally low. And again, like, there are so many Marvel characters I would like to see, like, hey, Wolverine, Venom, Ghost Rider, Punisher. But again, because they're all Marvel characters, that's very low. I find it hard to believe that Stan Lee would actually talk to Ed Boon about it and make a deal. I highly doubt that. But if we had to discuss if he was in the game, I mean, he could literally have the best dialogue in the entire game. I mean, he could reference so many people from Marvel. Like, he's talking to Raiden, he can mention Thor. He's talking to Scorpion, mention Ghost Rider. Talking to Sub-Zero, mention Iceman. Talking to Liu Kang. You know, hell, if he wants to, he could mention, like, Bruce Lee or something. Like, you see what I'm talking about? So his dialogue could be the funniest in the game. And his fatalities, too. Like, him breaking the fourth wall. Like, everything I think would be legit and perfect. But again, the simple fact that he is a Marvel character, I don't see it happening at all. But again, for the sake of the video, I would like to see him in Mortal Kombat. It would surprise me. Like, it would surprise the hell out of me if they actually did go with this. And now, whether this is a bad thing or a good thing, that's up to you guys to decide. But, I mean, he could literally be the most downloaded guest character of all time. Like, I say it could be a bad thing because, you know, he's a guest character and, like, a guest character overshadowing the actual Mortal Kombat characters. Yeah, we all know how that goes. But I think he'll be cool to have, though. I think he would be a really standout character, too, with his gameplay and whatnot. So, I don't know. I think Deadpool would be really awesome to have in this game. So, yeah. But, again, I don't see it happening at all. But, for the sake of the video, I think he'll be really cool to have. So, my thoughts on that. Now, let's get on to my number one pick. And number one on my list, Sweet Tooth. Now, Sweet Tooth is not... It should not be a shocker because he actually was... somewhat talked about, you know, back in the day with Mortal Kombat X. You know, people were asking, can we get Sweet Tooth? Will he show up? Can he show up? And I think now, hold on. Let me just say this. I still hold Ash as my number one choice for this game. I still believe that Ash Williams is still my number one choice for Mortal Kombat, so just keep that in mind. But if I had to name another character that, you know, for the sake of this top 5 video, Sweet Tooth would be number one for this list. I mean... we haven't seen a Twisted Metal game in forever, really. So what better way than to revive the franchise with Sweet Tooth showing up? I mean, his gameplay, I mean, he could use guns. He could use, maybe, hell, yeah, he could even use his fist. Or he could use a chainsaw, because you guys remember in Twisted Metal, in the very last one that came out, you could if you're on a motorcycle, you could throw a chainsaw. He could use that. And he could use his giant serrated machete. I mean, can you imagine his fatalities too? Like, he could cut their heads off or split them in half or cut them into pieces. I don't know, but Sweet Tooth is just badass. And I think he should show up in Mortal Kombat 11. Again, he was talked about a little bit regarding Mortal Kombat X. I don't think Ed Boon ever mentioned him, but a lot of fans did. So why not bring in Sweet Tooth? I think he would be really cool to have back in the game. And again, his dialogue and everything, I think could be really top-notch. It could be extremely great, like his demonic voice. I mean, oh my god, imagine him talking to Scorpion. Like, I think it could be extremely well, and I think it could be epic as hell for Sweet Tooth. And again, this would be a good way to revive the Twisted Metal franchise. You know, I mean, it's not dead or anything, but again, we haven't gotten a game in years. So I say bring in Sweet Tooth in Mortal Kombat. I think he would be extremely awesome to play as, and he would just be a standout character. He really would. So Sweet Tooth, I really want to see in Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, it would be something new, I think, and his fatalities too. Like, he could use the Sweet Bot to literally gun down his opponent. He could use Or he could just use the normal Sweet Tooth truck, his normal ice cream truck, to run him over or something. I don't know, but the point is, I think the possibilities for Sweet Tooth are great in Mortal Kombat 11 if he does show up. So yeah, so I really want Sweet Tooth in this game. And again, his fatalities and dialogue, I think, would just be sick as hell. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Sweet Tooth as to why I want him in the game. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's my other top 5 list of more guest characters I want to see in this game. Because again, like originally this was gonna be on my other list, the top 5 guest characters. It was gonna be a top 10, but I felt more obligated to use the more decisions, like again Spawn, Pennywise, Ash, and again I still want those guys in the game. Don't get the wrong idea. I still want to see those guys in the game. I really do. But there's a lot more other characters that I really want to see. Like seriously, there's like millions and millions of other guest characters I would like to see. So I decided to name off a couple more. So yes, guys. So again, this is literally the last list I will do for now, for the time being. Like I said, maybe I'll do one down the road in the next, like, I don't know, 3-4 months if we get some news or something. I don't know. But we'll see, guys. So, but for now, this is it. No more lists regarding this game. I know I lied, kind of. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But again, just, yeah. I really wanted to throw out a couple of other guest characters I want to see, alright, guys? So pretty much it. So again, this list consisted of Snake, Raiden, Dante, Rorschach, honorable mention Deadpool, and Sweet Tooth. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know more guest characters that you'd like to see. You know, I know some of you left your suggestions on my last video, but let me know, are there any more like different characters that you'd like to see in this game? So let me know what you guys think of my list, and if you have any other suggestions as to what you would like to see, let me know. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So let me know what you guys think and all that good stuff. So be sure to click that notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, and until I REKLEZ Rich, signing out.